My name is Joy Morgan of Joy Morgan Motivates, and I am excited to share with you today on how to soar like an eagle. If you are a leader, I want to give you 7 leadership principles to help you stand out above the rest. I love that acronym I've used for SOAR, stand out above the rest. So I want to give you 7 leadership principles that we can learn from an eagle. Number 1, eagles fly alone or with their own kind. That's right. Here's the leadership lesson to that. Associate with people who are at your level or can help you grow so that you can go to the next level in your leadership. You know this is an interesting fact that eagles and turkeys are in the same family, but as you know, turkeys cannot fly. And it's not to say that we as leaders don't help turkeys to come along, but the leadership principle is if you're trying to grow, if you're trying to go to the next level in your leadership, you want to make sure that you have the right circle around you. You want to have eagles around you that will teach you how to fly. So the lesson also is get a mentor. It's so important as a leader that's interested in going to the next level to get mentors. I love saying this, that mentorship is men allowing another to tour their life. So allow people in your life to show you how to get to the next level so that you can fly high like an eagle. The next leadership principle is this. Eagles have excellent vision and concentration. I'm going to say that again. Eagles have excellent vision and concentration. When they catch their prey, they focus on it with laser-like intensity and they set out to get it. And so the leadership principle there is to do the same thing with your goals. As a leader, you ought to have goals that are going to help you to get to the next level. And that requires focus. And if you haven't noticed already, I love acronyms. And so the acronym I like to use for focus is finish one course until successful. Come on here. Finish one course until successful. We need to learn how to focus. So often, especially those who are gifted, and we often have our hands in several different things, we'll start something but not finish it. But the eagle has learned when they are after something, they have laser beam intensity and they go for it until they get it. So that's the leadership principle that I want to share with you, that when you go to set out to accomplish something, give it all of your effort, give it all of your time, give it all of your energy, and focus and set out to achieve it. And don't you dare stop until you get it done. Don't you dare stop until you accomplish your goal. Number 3 about eagles. I love this right here. Eagles, they feed on live meat. They feed on live food. They don't eat dead things. Listen, the leadership lesson right here is that we as leaders have to learn not to waste our energy and our time, as mom and them used to say, beating a dead horse. We've got to learn how to let go. So often we will dwell in the past and get stuck there. But we who desire to excel, to go to the next level, to lead at another level, we have got to learn the art of letting go and the art of saying goodbye. We have to set our eyes to the future. We cannot feed on those things that are dead. We have to look for those things that are living. We have to take our failures and look at those setbacks as a springboard for our comeback. That sometimes we win, but sometimes we learn. And if we start looking at our failures and our losses as lessons, then we will never have failed at all. So let's learn from the eagle and let's feed on live things and let dead things go. Number 4 about the eagle has to be my absolute favorite quality. Eagles love the storm. I'm going to say that again. Eagles love the storm. They get excited when storm clouds start to gather. Why? Because they welcome the challenge that it brings. I need you to hear this. Eagles love the storm, while other birds start flying away from the storm and start getting fearful of the storm clouds gathering. No, the eagle says, oh, I don't see a crisis here. I see an opportunity. And that's the leadership principle for us, because eagles know that the storm winds are going to lift them above the clouds. And so when they get above the clouds, now they can rest their wings and become stronger. There's something about storm winds that eagles have learned give them lift. And I don't know about you, but I've gotten stronger. I've gotten wiser. I've gotten better every time I have encountered a storm. So the leadership principle for us is get excited about the storms in your life. Get excited about the challenges that come in your workplace. Get excited when you see something happen in your business that you weren't expected. It might catch us off guard, but challenges often bring opportunity. Yes, in 2020, we were met with a crisis. We were met with a challenge, but I tell you what, necessity becomes the mother of invention. And some of us, we would have never started our business. We would have never created that product had we not had a crisis to meet our life. So I want you to do what the eagles do and not run away from the storm, but I want you to fly into the storm, knowing that that storm will help to propel you to another level. Number 5, the eagles test the level of commitment before engagement. This is so key, that the eagle tests the level of commitment before engagement. So what are we saying here? Before an eagle enters into a commitment, the female eagle will test her male suitors to establish his level of commitment. Before she decides this is the one that I'm going to have a family with, she wants to make sure that he's in it for the long haul. Let me tell you something, that as leaders, we cannot get to the next level by ourselves. But what you want to make sure of is that before you partner with somebody, you want to make sure that they are as committed to growth as you are. It's so important for you to ascertain the commitment of people that you intend to partner with. And so the eagle, especially the female eagle, if I may say, is very wise in that way. She makes sure that he is going to be in it for the long haul. So we as leaders, partnership is absolutely necessary to get to the next level. I'm going to say that again. We cannot be an island. We cannot be to ourselves. We must partner with other people if we're going to expand what we do. But you want to test your partners out. Research them, look them up, ask the hard questions. Don't be afraid to do that, especially if you're looking for long-term relationships. So yes, eagles test the level of commitment before engagement, and I encourage every leader to do the same. And number 6, there's just so many great principles here. Let me give you this one here. The eagle is a master of change management. I'm going to say that again. The eagle is a master of change management. So again, going back to that mother, that female eagle, she carefully prepares her nest for that eaglet, the one that she just had with the male suitor she checked out first. She carefully prepares the nest for its eggs. And when it's time for the eaglet to learn to fly, when it begins to mature enough where it's time for it to fly, she then begins to remove the comfort zone, remove the comfort layers from the nest, exposing those pricks and those sticks to make it uncomfortable for the eaglet. And then check this out, she throws the eaglets out of the nest. After she makes it uncomfortable for the eaglet, then if it's not uncomfortable enough, then she throws the eaglet out of the nest. And she does this repeatedly until the eaglet learns how to fly. No, she does not let her little birdie die if it begins to fall and looks like it's going to hurt itself. She swoops in and she'll pick it back up and get it back in the nest. But she does that repeatedly until the eaglet learns how to flap its own wings and fly. And so the leadership lesson here is this: we must not become complacent in our life. That mother eagle does not allow her eaglet to get comfortable in the nest, because the truth of the matter is, many of us, if we had it our way, we would stay where it's comfortable. We would not challenge ourselves. We would not learn how to fly in the middle of a storm. But the eaglet understands this, that you cannot cling to the old and the familiar and go to the next level, that you only can grow if you're willing to step out of your comfort zone. And so I want to encourage a leader today to do something that you normally wouldn't do. Yes, create a partnership that you wouldn't normally go into partnership with. I want you to expand into an area that perhaps you have typically felt intimidated by. It is the pathway to expansion. And so we have to do what the eagle does and master change. Again, back to 2020, it forced us to change. It forced us to adapt. It forced us to look at the vision that we have for our lives and our business and our career plans and look at it and say, you know what? I can't be so rigid that the conference that perhaps we're even in today, if it was supposed to be in person, we've got to learn how to flex and adapt and make it virtual so that we are still getting the same powerful information out, but we have just changed platforms. You have got to be willing to change if you want to be the leader that you're supposed to be. To go to the next level, you've got to be willing to master change. And lastly, number 7, if you want to stand out above the rest and soar like an eagle, then you have to embrace a rebirth. And rebirth involves the death of your old self. Let me tell you something about this eagle, that it has to make a painful decision about at the age of 40. Either it's going to die or it's going to go through a painful process of rebirth. But that process of rebirth extends the eagle's life for 30 more years. But that process involves the painful task of knocking out its own beak and plucking out its talons and its feathers. And it's a painful process, but it's a necessary process if it's going to go to the next level. I want to tell you this, leaders, that if we are going to make it in the season to come, if we are going to stand out above the rest, then we have to continue to do the self-evaluation that's necessary so that we can maintain our leadership and maintain a level of excellence so that we can compete in this next season. We don't know what's to come. We just embraced and had to get used to a global pandemic, and we don't know what's next. But I tell you what, those who survive and remain will be committed to the evolution of themselves. We must continue to evolve. We must continue to change. We must continue to learn. And when we experience the rebirth, we will find that we will be here for the long haul. So I hope you got something out of these 7 leadership principles from the eagle. It's such a majestic bird. It's such a bird that we can learn from here as humans, as leaders, and even in life. Listen, I'm Joy Morgan of Joy Morgan Motivates, and you can reach me by email at joymorganmotivates@gmail.com, or you can follow me on Facebook or Instagram at Joy Morgan Motivates. And you can also check out my website where you can follow me by filling out our contact form at joymorganmotivates.com. That's joymorganmotivates.com. It's been a pleasure sharing with you today.